With summer coming up, you're going to want a few of those in your marketplace store. They sell fast and customers often order more than one at once. Stay with me and I'm going to show you how I build them and how I make them be worth more than my competition by having no visible screws. Now let's get to building. The wood I have here is enough for 2 tables. The 2x4s here are for the legs, the 2x3s are for the skirts, the 1x3s are for the tabletops, and those 2x4s are for the bottom supports. I start by planing the wood to an even thickness. Since I'm using recycled wood, it also cleans it up. With the wood all planed up, I'm ready to make 2x2s. I'm gonna start by setting my fence just a little bit under the width of my 2x4 to remove the edge. Next, I'm going to put my fence to 1 3/8, which is the final width of my 2x4. Next, I'm gonna rip the thinner 2x4s into 2x2s also. Those are gonna be the table's bottom supports. Same as the legs, I'm gonna set my fence a little bit less wide than my 2x4. Next, I'm going to set my fence to 1.5 inches. It's wider than the thickness of my 2x4, but it's the look we're going for. We're going to see later. For the skirts made out of 2x3s and the bottom supports made out of the thinner 2x2s, all the pieces that we cut are going to be 10 inches. So I'm going to trim off the ends of each of them, and then I'm going to use my stop block here, which just stops everything from going farther than 10 inches, so I don't have to measure. If you like this video so far, please click like and subscribe to my channel. I moved my stop block from 10 inches to 14.5 inches to do the tabletop fence. The first step in assembly is pocket holes. First, we're going to get rid of the legs and the tabletop. For the skirts, we're going to want 2 pocket holes on each side on one face. I'm going to choose the worst face because that's the one that's going to be inside of the table. The best face is kept for the outside. For the bottom supports, they're going to be placed like this under the table. So we're going to want pocket holes under here, one on each side. And the same thing for the middle one. Flip it over, do the same on the other side, and repeat for all the 2x3s. The bottom supports, we want them to be like this, vertical. So, not like this. So the hole goes on the narrow side and not on the wide side. So in this case it's one hole per side, not two like with the 2x3s. For assembly, we're going to start with two legs, a skirt, and a bottom support. I'm using some paint steering sticks that I'm cutting in half and piling on top of each other to do the spacing for the pieces here. When we install the bottom supports, we want to install them with the pocket holes pointing down. Make sure to add wood glue to all the joints in this table. To align the bottom supports, I used two 3.5-inch 2x2s that I cut to length that I use as spacers. I always wipe the glue while it's fresh. It's very hard to remove glue when you're sanding or once it's dry. Wiping it off now is very easy. So this is the result. This is the outside view. You're gonna do 2 per table, so I'm gonna do 3 more for my 2 tables. Next, I'm going to join the 2 sides together by the skirt. Start by putting glue on both sides. Put the paint steering sticks here to space the skirt by the same distance as earlier. Align flush with the top. Clamp and screw the pocket holes. Flip it over and do the same on the other side. Repeat for the second table. It's going to be a tight squeeze. Make sure it's flush on the top and the bottom, then clamp it down and screw the pocket holes. For the top, we're going to evenly spread the slats, starting by the two edge ones. It's going to be easier to do the rest after. Add glue all along the lid for this one. Needs to be solid in case people sit on it. And we're going to put the center one. Try to avoid putting glue in the cracks where there won't be any wood touching. Make sure this goes a little bit further than the edge, so it looks good. Once you're happy, you're going to secure them. You can pre-drill holes and put screws, but I'm going to use a brad nailer. It's going to be easy to plug the holes after with some putty before I paint it. Repeat for the second table. You can use the first table to help for alignment. Lots of people are going to want to buy those in a set. You want them to match. Before painting, we're going to do all the sanding. Make sure to get all the corners and edges on the legs too, to avoid splinters. This is how I made those tables. Make sure to offer many colors and present it as different options like a stool, a patio table, or anything else you can think of to get more sales. Make sure there's no visible screws. This is what's going to set you apart from the competition and get you more sales. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks and see you next time.